Hey everyone, welcome back to I Know a Guy. I'm Anthony, and this is the podcast where connections thrive. Each episode, we spotlight inspiring entrepreneurs, professionals, and individuals doing amazing things. Together, we'll grow your circle, spark collaborations, and discover new opportunities. Today, we're meeting Adele Bernard. She is a change advocate and intuitive guide based in Alberta, helping individuals realign their inner truth and reignite their light within. Through her global practice, Adele empowers people to clear stagnant energy, reconnect to their hearts, and create vibrant lives rooted in authenticity and self-love while also running a men's circle. How are you doing today, Adele?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you for having me on the show.
No, I was excited to have you on. I really enjoyed our conversations that we had previously. You're doing a lot of awesome things, and there's a lot of awesome people out there that would benefit from knowing you. But to start off, you're in Alberta. Whereabouts?
I'm in Calgary, Alberta.
For those that don't know, I butchered that word 4 or 5 times. But anyway, so how
Hey,
long have
who's
you?
counting? We're having fun.
Yeah, so awesome. Well, how long have you been there? Are you newer to the area? You've been there for a while.
No, born and raised here and have moved all of 15 miles from the hospital I was born at.
Okay, awesome. So if you have friends coming into town that have never been, where are you going? What are you doing? And what's for dinner?
Well, for the people who don't know, I live right close to a national park called Banff. It's world famous for the Canadian Rockies, and Calgary is situated just an hour east of the most beautiful playground ever. We're actually surrounded by beautiful playground.
Okay. Well, that sounds fun, but like, what's for dinner? Are you more of a home cook? Are there restaurants that you like to take people to, or what does that look like?
I'm a I well, that's funny because yes, I enjoy a good meal out, and I also love the warmth and the community feel of having them in my home. So
Okay, great. Well, let's say they're going to eat in. What's your go-to? You're making food for guests. What's your go-to meal?
I love lasagnas or casserole types, and I also love good barbecue. You know, Alberta's baby Texas, so gotta do it.
Gotcha. Awesome. Okay. Well, what can you tell us about what you do?
So I'm a guide intuitive. I've been aware of the gift since I was 3 years old. And more importantly, it is helping people come into their true authentic self by shining a light on who they are, their unique gifts that only they can shine in the world. And right now, as we are in the next 20 years, give or take a year, we're in the feminine rising. And what that means is we're balancing out our humanness from the masculine dominance, and this is for women and men, into the feminine, which is more about kindness and love and community and collaborations. And that's why it's really interesting as entrepreneurs that we're always networking and finding out who's our link to collaborate with, because it's all about, instead of individually moving forward, which is very masculine, it is the feminine saying, no, let's bring the team together. And that's what I love about this podcast with you is that you're just showing people the world of all these people you're meeting, right? And we get to phone you and say, oh, I want to connect with that person and that person and that person to grow our tribe. And yeah, it's becoming more heart centered in everything we do, not so much dollar driven.
I got you. Well, how'd you get started with this, and then how does the men's group play into it?
So 30 years ago, I used to help people with their homes, clearing out the energy of their home. So every argument, every good, bad, or indifferent gets stuck in the walls of your home. And I could feel and sense that energy. Then I got into this company, which is Transition Clarity, and I started working with people individually, getting out of their busy mind and trying to find their true, authentic voice from the heart. And you think about the mind, well, where is the bridge? Through the throat. And the men's circle came around because networking, the men were asking me to help them. They were tired of women always saying, no, I only work with women. I don't work with men. You guys are on your own. You've done enough damage to us as it is. And I'm like, whoa, women, slow down. We're all rising in the feminine. And men are no different. They want to come home to their hearts. They want to be strong in their vulnerability and have a safe place to cry or vent, right? Why can't they have that? And so I've stepped up to help them. And more importantly, like you said, with the men's circle, is one, it's a safe place. Bring whatever you need to bring to get off your chest, and the circle together will help it. But more importantly, my guidance is showing me it's not even about this time. It's about clearing away the blocks, the traumas of your DNA. So that could be going back to your fifth or sixth grandfather or grandmother, and you chose to come into this world at this time to say, enough. I'm stopping the pattern here. And I'm understanding as I'm saying this, people are going, well, what does that mean? How do we know that we're clearing the trauma? And this is where the men's circle is really important, is because it gives men particularly that container to share what's on their heart of saying, I don't know what's going on with my family. I just have a major disconnect with my wife or my kid, and it hurts my heart that I can't have a deeper relationship. And in the circle, I will take you on a journey and we'll find out why. And that could be stemming from something that happened in your lineage, that there's a disconnect back 3, 4, 5 generations. Once you know what that is, you go, that's what's stopping me. We remove it energetically, and all of a sudden you and your son or you and your wife are connecting like nobody could understand you'd ever connect.
What is it that you love most about what you're doing?
The sparkle coming back in people's eyes, that they feel who they are for the first time. They're actually seen probably for the first time ever. That's the feedback I've gotten with even people with a 5-10 minute connection call. They'll say, I don't think I've ever been seen by anyone like you just saw me. And I say, well, because I see your soul. I see who you're here to be, not who you decided to clone as the suit that you put on as a body. I see through to people's hearts. And that's one of the reasons I connected with you. I didn't really understand. I know a guy. What is that? I don't know. But there's just something about you that drew me in, that said, follow up with this guy, right?
Okay. Absolutely. When you're looking at like your average client, what does that look like? What are the pain points that somebody might be going through that if they're dealing with X, Y, or Z, you're the person they should be talking
Like I said, disconnection with family members. You're coming into retirement, you're 15 to 18 months out. How am I going to fill these 60 hours that I'm not at home? You have that yearning, that ache in your heart that you have a bigger purpose to serve. And how do I serve? That could be doing more volunteer work through your church or through different organizations. That could be teaching younger generations how to do what you do, right? Like, say, take the 15, 16, 17-year-olds that are like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go to college. I don't know if a trade is good. But if you're a tradesperson, bring them in, start talking to them and saying, well, this is why I took the trades. This is what we can benefit from the trades. Because I find that the young adults now are so lost. They're a generation that have raised themselves and really don't know what they're supposed to be doing. And the world is changing so fast. What we were doing last week is different this week.
when you're out there networking and you're meeting folks, what does your average power partner look like? Or what are some other professionals or industries out there that you synergize really well with or that you can find yourself collaborating and referring back and forth?
For me, it's more and more the men who are doing their work because they understand more of what I can do for the masses. So when I say someone doing their work, it's taking a deeper dive into who they are, really following their heart, trusting that their gut instinct isn't just a stomach ache. It's really their gut saying, are you sure you want to be going down that path? And it can be as simple as you're driving somewhere and your body says turn right and you're like, but I want to go straight. But you follow it. Follow the turn right. You know why? Because going straight would have put you in the traffic jam. Turning right gave you a different view to go to the same place. So it's trusting those little instincts of Okay, well, I'm not sure why I'm turning right, but I'm going to listen to it. And then all of a sudden your life just starts opening and expanding, right? That's why they say prayer and meditation is so important, because you're letting go of the ego of the head and truly listening to the essence of what your soul is calling you for.
What advice would you give to a new or an aspiring entrepreneur?
It's going to be the hardest thing you're going to do, yet it's going to be the most rewarding. And more importantly is when you're having those days of, I can't keep all these hats going, like the plates are all spinning, they're starting to drop, I can't keep all these. Be gentle with yourself. On the good days, celebrate however you want to celebrate. On the bad days, just take a deep breath and breathe through them, because these too will pass.
How can you tell when it's time to make a personal or a professional change?
It's when you become robotic. Like you're getting up, you're having breakfast, you're going to work, or you're going to your desk, wherever your work per se is, and you have no joy. It's like you have like 10 backpacks on your back and you're just like, what am I doing all this for? Where's the meaning? What's the why? And the biggest thing, whether you're in a job, whether you're an entrepreneur, wherever you are in your life, you could be a 10-year-old or you can be an 80-year-old. If you've lost the reason why you do something, why you're getting out of bed in the morning, it's time to pull back and reflect and see where your passion is. And it changes through life. It depends on where you are in your life, what's going on in your life. And it's just if you don't do it daily, do it at least weekly. Just do a check-in. Is this where I want to be? Is this what I want to be happening in my life?
Okay. Well, you just kind of touched on this a little bit, but we
Okay.
can put a finer point to it. What are some simple steps to feel more confident and aligned in your daily life?
As an entrepreneur, I would say stop comparing to the other guy, because their entrepreneurship journey is not yours and yours isn't somebody else's. We all have perfect timing in the grand scheme of things. And say you're trying to do a product launch and it's not coming, it's not going, you're not getting the people. Yes, it's frustrating. Also, you have to understand, just because you're ready to launch doesn't mean the people who are coming in to launch it with you as your clients are ready to say yes,
Okay.
right?
Absolutely. How do mindset and environment impact your ability to move forward?
For me, I do my own work every day. I don't just tell people to do X, Y, and Z. I do it first. And if I'm saying I'm having like everything's blowing up, the computer's not working, whatever, and I go, this isn't where I'm supposed to be. Where am I supposed to be? And I'll literally like just either go for a walk, time to meditate, do some automatic writing, just do some tapping, whatever is being called to get me out of my mind and drop me back into my heart. And it's even as simple as reminding yourself to do 3 deep breaths every hour. It's like, I'm grounded again, right? It's even when we started this podcast. I'm like, breathe, get in your body, right? Because I mean, we all do it. We run from one meeting to the next meeting, and we're like, where are we? I don't know, stuck in the web Zoom room, but we're not present. At least when we went to offices, we had time to walk down the hall to the next meeting, right? Like we had that physical change, and maybe that's all you need to do. Is book into your calendar that 15-minute buffer so you can have that walk down the hall time. So you can get that, okay, I've left meeting A, I'm coming into meeting B, I'm going to do some deep breaths before to end meeting A to get into meeting B. And I also knew a gentleman that his wife threatened divorce. And I said, well, why? And he said, well, she says I can't come home that early. And I go, I don't understand. Because he was bringing his work home. He didn't have a long enough drive. So he brought all the work home and dumped it on their little kids. And the little kids are going, but I want Fun Daddy. Well, Fun Daddy's still kind of driving home from work. So he changed jobs. So he had a longer drive, right?
Okay. Why you? What sets you apart from everybody else out there doing something similar?
Well, isn't that the $1,000,000 question? I know this is my purpose. I know this is my calling. I have been told to wait and hold on. It's not my time for over 30 years, even though I've been doing this work my whole life. As of this year, the work has evolved and changed so much, especially for the men, that I know there's other coaches out here that work with men. I know it might look odd that I'm a woman saying I'm working with men, but truly, I get you. I see you. I understand you. And this is my purpose, is to help you evolve and grow more than you could ever imagine.
Okay. I know there's a lot of areas that we can go down all the rabbit holes with, but in general, is there anything that I failed to ask or didn't mention that you wanted to add?
Well, I'll just say, I'm not sure when you're airing this, but I do have a 8-week program for the men starting. Would love to have anyone who is interested in learning more to reach out to me and have that quick call to see if you're a fit. And I also want them to know, if we do have that call and you feel like, if I feel like you're not quite ready, it's not a no, it's a not right now. Because the work I do is so deep and so powerful that it would be an adjustment to both of us if I say, "Oh, well, Anthony, come into the group." And I'm like, "But you're not ready?" You'll curse me this side of Sunday because your life has changed so much and you're like, "What the heck?" But when you're ready, you go, "Oh my gosh, I'm so at home. I know exactly where I'm going. I have my passion, my vision, I understand, and my heart is open for all the opportunities that life has to show me."
For those with questions, what's the best way to get a hold of you? Where can they find you?
You can find me at LinkedIn is usually the best, or you can use my the link that you'll have in the chat, I believe, for your free 15-minute call. And yeah, and even if you're not even sure if I'm the person to work with, or maybe I might have somebody that's in my list of people that, like, I'm not here to take your money. That's what I want everyone to understand. If you are not my ideal client or my person for my tribe, I will love you and leave you and send you to who you're supposed to go to. But if you are my person, let's connect and let's do this journey together.
Perfect. And you're right. I'll put all that in the show notes so it's super easy to find. You can go click, reach out to Adele. If you're thinking about it, absolutely do it. She's the exact same in a one-to-one as she is here, so don't be shy.
Yeah.
If anybody out there would like to get a hold of me, you can find me on my website at ikag.me. You can find more episodes, subscribe to our newsletter, and connect with our growing community of awesome people like Adele. If you or somebody you know would like to be interviewed, you can also apply on the website. But Adele, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate you taking the time, pouring into us, sharing your story. You're doing awesome things. You're helping a lot of people. So I really appreciate all of that. But otherwise, I hope we all go have an awesome day and grow our circles. All right.
Thank you.